we're gonna begin this aga-cad webinar, maximize precast concrete project design productivity and precision. That's me, I'm Liudvikas Usonis, I'm a BIM application engineer at aga-cad. Here I'm responsible for project development like precast concrete, smart assemblies and smart connections. I'm educated as architectural technologist. I have worked on various kind of BIM projects in all over the world's continents. And also I'm a certified Revit professional. So for today's agenda, I'll begin with introduce you to aga-cad's toolset variety, what kind of solutions we provide. Then we're going to jump into live demonstration, and I'm going to finish this webinar with takeaways and questions. You can type your questions anytime you want, or you can add some kind of comments that we will have a short discussion at the end of this webinar. Also, I want to mention that our team is always ready to meet all of you individually and introduce you how Precast Concrete suite can be utilized and implemented into your company workflow to boost your daily efficiency. Briefly, aga-cad has more than 30 years of experience in BIM development field, and we're known as the world's widest range of application for Autodesk Revit developers. We've developed lots of different solutions for wood and metal framing, MEP system, and solutions for precast concrete that streamline the 3D design process by automating the modeling, detailing, and documentation stages. Faster modeling and drawing preparation means time savings and lower design costs, as well as significant project quality increase. So let's start a deeper dive in precast tools to learn how we can maximize your project design productivity and precision. In this webinar, we're going to cover Precast Concrete suite tools that allows you to automatically split wall elements, implement structural construction families into your desired precast concrete elements. You'll see how easily and quickly we can model concrete slabs. Also, I'll introduce you to the reinforcement tool, functionality and abilities, how you can place and design your reinforcement automatically into different element categories. And we're gonna finish, I'll show you some documentation related tools which marks and tags different category elements, as well as creates shop drawings automatically. So now let's jump into Revit. And first, what I want to introduce you to is a tools for BIM doc, which is in a ribbon right here. And I'm gonna just toggle this eye. So through this doc, what we can do, we control our software that we have and that aga-cad provides. So we can install or uninstall, we can follow up for the latest news, and we also can control, for example, Precast Concrete suite. So here we have all tools that are included in Precast Concrete. I want to begin with smart walls, and I can choose to control smart walls through this menu, or I can pick it from a ribbon. Here I have it, and I'm gonna drag it right here. Gonna shut down dock. Okay, we have a Revit model, and as you can see, we have these walls. So first, what I want to do with these walls, I want to split these walls accurately, and using native Revit functions, I can do that. Firstly, I need to select accurate view, and then pick the ability, split elements, and then I can only split wall, right? Once I'm done with this wall, then I need to move to another wall. I need to again to select the certain camera angle, because I can't do that at this point. I need to again select left view, pick split element tool, and accurately split this wall element. And I need to do that for all of these wall segments using this native Revit workflow. But with Smart Walls tool, I can do that with one click. I don't need to adjust any camera. I don't need to be sure if I'm splitting at certain point. I just need to select split horizontally, and all my wall segments are split. As you can see here, we have split, and also in the configurations I've said that I want to have a gap between these walls, and I've set that these walls will be split at this point. So here we have accuracy, and that's how easily you can do that with just a few clicks. Okay, so now I want them split vertically, and process is the same using native Revit. So I have camera view, and I need to split at certain point, right? And I need to do that. I need to walk all around the building to make that split. And again, identical way how I can do that with smart walls. Just selecting all walls, split wall menu, and now split selected from start will split these walls vertically. Okay, here we have these walls split, and also I have gap between these wall segments, and in this couple of minutes I have 86 wall panels split automatically and accurately using smart walls. Now I want to introduce you to the other tool, which is Smart Connections. So this tool allows us to implement families into walls, columns, or beams. And actually there is lots of other categories where we could use this tool. So briefly, we're gonna jump into the configurations that I would show you how this tool works. Yeah, so I have a list of configurations right here. And let's pick these configurations. So just shortly, I'll show you how these configurations works. We have a position where we want to place these families. So it can be line-based families on side faces, end faces, and same for point-based families. Also, we can adjust the offsets to place these families more accurately. And as well, we have rules that determines if we want to have these families placed at some kind of intersections, at top or bottom connections, and so on. So now I'm gonna place these families into 86 of my wall elements. So what I've done, I've set that these families will be placed from certain wall edges, from certain front wall face, and other positions where I want to place different families. And approximately it will be like 30 families implemented into one wall element. And I don't need to create any views or to adjust camera view that I would have these elements placed automatically, or to copy those families from one wall element to another wall element, and so on and so on. That can cause me some issues because I can make mistakes, I can misclick, and that can be very costly later on to find out that using manual work I've done something not precisely. Tool is implementing now connection loops at the wall ends. So we're gonna have families implemented at all of the element faces and ends. Alright, so last element is finished. Gonna press OK. And here we have, I'm gonna turn on some transparency just to have a better view. Right, so as you can see, we have all these elements now contains a group of families, and we can observe a single wall panel, what kind of families we've implemented. So we have grout tubes, we have connection loops, we have embedded liftings, we have these plates, And let's turn on the top view. Here we have those loops and cuts placed accurately, followed by configurations. And also, yeah, so you can choose any families you want. You can choose any location where you want to place these families. As you can see, I have also custom a front face. And now I'm gonna reset this. What else I've mentioned before, that we can implement these families followed by some kind of rules, right? So I have these foundation, and now I want to place foundation tubes that are followed by configuration rule. And now what I mean, I'm gonna show you. So yeah, as you can see, I have here grout tubes, and into this foundation, tool automatically detected that this wall contains 4 grout tubes at this location. Therefore, it added these foundation tubes automatically. If I would delete this grout tube and this one, now these will be, once I'm gonna update, these two will disappear because tool will not detect any grout tubes for this wall. Yeah, and this is just a simple sample how those searching rules work using in smart connections. So we also can add families for columns, and here I have 57 columns. So I'm just gonna insert families for these columns, and you'll see the same principle, that tool detects where there is some kind of beam intersection into column, and it will automatically add the family that I've set to be in that intersection. Here we have, for example, this column has 2 corbels, one at this level, another at this level, and once it detects this beam's intersection, it adds this corbel automatically, and same situation for this one. And that's the way how those rules can be useful modeling columns in 3D. Now I'm gonna pick beams, and I'm gonna do the same. I'll just pick configurations and insert structural connections for these beams. So here we have families placed, and also we can add a gravity point, and according to this gravity point location, lifting embeds can be placed followed by the gravity point. So it's the same principle. Once you set the searching rule class that lifting embeds should be placed by gravity point, the tool detects that, and it will place lifting embeds by the gravity point. Alright, so that would be for smart connections. Continuing, I want to introduce you to a floor panel layout, a tool which models floors. And first, what we need to do, I want to separate this floor into different areas, right? So I can do that using floor supports tool and select add supports ability. So I'm gonna pick floor, then now I'm picking supports, right? I'm picking beams that will separate this floor area into separate areas. And these boundaries, so yeah, I'm gonna split them. Alright, gonna press escape now once I'm finished. Yeah, I'm gonna distinguish it. Right, as you can see, I have this floor divided into separate areas, and now I want to create a panel layout. So this layout will determine how I want to place my hollow core slabs for this floor, right? And I'm gonna pick this ability to create a layout for the whole floor. Yeah, so now we have a layout placed, and I'm going to create panels for the whole floor. And now tool will is creating hollow core slabs. We can also adjust the layout. We can choose different span directions for our hollow core slabs. So as you can see, I'm going to delete floor just to have a better visibility. And I don't have here a hollow core slab because I set in the configurations that if a distance will be less than 1200, I want to have a cast in place concrete, and that's what the tool done. So we have hollow core slabs modeled with floor panel layout, like as you can see. So everything is followed by the layout, which can be adjusted to your set configurations or standards. And also you can implement not only this kind of hollow core slabs, you can implement your own company standards. So the tool is also flexible to adjust to your needs. Okay, now I want to show a reinforcement tool. So what we can do with this tool, we can add reinforcement to beams, columns, and walls. So it's very simple. What I need to do, I need to select beam. First I need to link configurations. I've done that before. And press create rebar. Rebars will be created, followed by the configurations. And this layout can be adjusted into different ways. For this beam, I've set to have this kind of layout. And now I can choose multiple different beams and just press and create rebar. Rebars will be modeled for this rectangular beam, and this one. So it's a very simple tool to create rebar. And again, I don't need to create any views or adjust some kind of view settings to have these rebars visible, or the way that I would like to add them, or some kind of point of view that I would see that they're placed accurately. And we can do that same for columns. So everything is adjustable, flexible. It's very easy to use tool to place rebar for different category elements. Alright, that would be for reinforcement. Now I want to add a mark value for all of these wall elements, right? So I have a mark value right here, and making it manually. So let's say I'm gonna enter here 1, 2 here, and I can do that for all of these elements around the building, but that takes a lot of time, and the information that you'll enter, it won't be 1, 2, 3 and so on. It has to be project related information that would be useful for you and for your project related team. So what we can do, we can use sort mark to enter those values automatically and accurately for all of these 86 wall panels. And I need to choose element numbering ability from sort mark. So I'm gonna pick walls. We can choose lots of different categories. As you can see, a list is a long list. Then we have different parameters. I'll pick mark, press OK. Here I need to choose configurations, press OK, and now all my wall elements are marked. And we can see what mark value is in mark parameter. So L2 stands for level 2, EW stands for exterior wall, 39 is this wall's number. And we have same here, level and number. Also, exterior wall, and here. And this mark value, it can identify not like level, or if it's exterior or interior. You can add different information into this mark parameter. So as you can see, we have this level 0. Yeah, it's because it's level 0. And we have exterior and specific number of this wall. Same for this element. And you can mark, as you have seen, we have a long list. You can mark columns, beams, walls, parts, and so on. So let's move on to level 1. Here what we want to show you is a smart tags ability. So we've just marked all of these wall elements, and now I want to tag them. I can do that with smart tags automatically. So I'm just gonna press tag elements in view, and all of these wall elements will be tagged. Yeah, as you can see, we have tags for these wall elements. We have a smart value indicated into our tags. Okay, so let's move on to Smart Assemblies, a tool which creates shop drawings automatically. So first, yeah, we can create shop drawings not only for wall elements. There are many different categories where we can use this tool. And in the configurations, as you can see, we can create as many views as we want for our element. We can determine if we want to have those views rotated. We can assign a view name. We can pick a view template. So it's a native Revit template which defines how we want to have our view visible, and we can add dimension rules. And with these configurations, you can meet different world's standards, how shop drawings should be designed. So for this webinar, I have these configurations, and now tool is creating different views. Those views will be dimensioned, and it will be also some annotations included into generated views. Also, there will be schedules and other related information to this wall element. So I have set to have a wall's front face, beam section, and top view of this wall. So the assembly name is followed by the mark value. So we're going straight to the sheet. We have nothing here right now. I'm gonna drag views on the sheet. What I'm doing now, it's not that I'm just dragging views on the sheet. Now I'm placing a layout, which will be followed by my other shop drawings for my other elements, right? So I have these views created, place them, schedule. Okay, also we can include a legend. And now, never mind. And now we can see how tool dimensioned these views and how it represented. So we have nodes, we have dimensions. Those dimension strings are snapping at the middle of our families. There is an option to adjust that. That would be dimensioned edges, not only the middle of a family. We can also adjust how we can choose dimension string style. We can choose, so tool also dimensioned openings, and we have nodes, we have annotations like elevation, spot elevation marks, and all of these views contains the same information, nodes and dimensioning. We can adjust how these views would differ from other views. So once I've set this sheet layout, I can determine this layout as a template layout in my configurations. So I'm going to go to sheets, select this sheet, save it, And I'm fully ready to create shop drawings for my other elements. So I have this element, and I'm going to select create assemblies. Now I don't need to do anything. The tool automatically is creating a shop drawing for this wall element. So it's dimensioning, creating views, placing them on the sheet automatically with all schedules and legend, which I've set in a previous shop drawing. Okay, the sheet is combined. We can jump in straight to the sheet. Yeah, and basically everything is the same, just the element is different. And we can see that we have same dimensioning style. Dimensioning strings are snapped to the same location, same family location, and so we can create these shop drawings for multiple elements automatically. So to summarize, this tool is very flexible and it could be adapted to company standards once you set the configurations. It can save you up to 90% of the time on your shop drawings, which is really big part of the project, like decreasing that kind of amount. Also, it removes lots of stress from drafters, as factories are waiting for drawings, deadlines are pushing, so this speed and consistency of drawings gives much more comfort for drafters to complete projects and have more time on quality assurance and advancement in the competition and also in the market. And that would be it from Revit side. Moving back to PowerPoint. Alright, so takeaways from Precast Concrete. So in utilizing this tool, you are able to create wall panels, concrete slab layouts totally automatically, reducing work stress, reducing mistake amount, and increasing efficiency. So with these tools, you're able to model connections and cuts for various precast elements, model rebar, renumber elements, and making different category elements, shop drawings totally automatically. And also, I'm very interested into your workflow, how you design in Revit, what's your process, how you approach to model in Revit, and contact me that we could observe how your daily tasks could be improved with our Precast Concrete suite that will boost your efficiency by times. Yeah, so if you want to start working more efficiently and being sure of the accuracy of your project, I invite you to contact our team with any questions. You can consult with us how to easily implement our products into your workflow, what licensing options are best for your company, and etc. Also, you're welcome to visit aga-cad website and get a fully featured trials of our products.
aga-cad, building BIM together.